All right, guys. I took a quick break. I'm ready to get back to grinding out some games. So we're getting close now with DLV17. It's been quite a straightforward climb playing this Sky Striker deck that we put together. It's not too bad. It's doing all right. I realized I've got the wrong mate because I've got Snatchy on this one. So yeah, maybe we can just adjust that. But it's going well. We're getting there with gems as well. We've got almost 1,000 now. So I'm going to change the accessories on this. I really wish you could. Can I not change them? No. So I've got them correct on here, but for the World Championship one, I can't change them. Oh, does it apply your profile ones? Is that what it is? Yeah, okay. So I edit from profile. Hey, we're all learning how math still works here. So mate, I do like my Snatchy. We like the IP one as well, and the SP, and the double one, the IP and SP one. Yeah, I've collected quite a lot of nice ones, but I think obviously we have to be on Ray if we're playing this one. Um, yeah, that Dark Law art's awesome. I did play Heroes way back when. What's this? Heckerhand's Bait. Ah, it looks so cool. I love the artwork of some of these cards. Um, because we're not representing the Yummy at the moment, I probably should go for something else. But I feel, yeah, I'm kind of tired of the Dark Law one. Maybe hmm, for my profile, what should we go for? Uh, I don't have a Ray one. Uh, IP's a bit weird. Malice and Underground's a bit weird. Haluba's alright. Oh, I love Impulse. Let's leave Impulse. I really like Impulse as a card. Really good. Okay, so we'll roll with that. But as for coins, I don't really know. Let's put Ray for a bit. It just matches way better with the deck that we're playing currently. If you don't use the Ray mate while you're playing Sky Striker, like I don't know. I don't know why you even have that mate. Like, what's the point? So yeah, we'll roll with that. Hopefully not too long now. If I can get qualified today, get all the content recorded, I can get on with some of my work and then yeah, get ready for the next season. Get on with recording some more content, hopefully, for the channel. But of course, yeah, different changing life priorities. I always encourage people to, prioritize well in their lives. And, this is something I do for fun. This is something I do as a hobby. But I try to, maintain a balance and also prioritize my other like priorities in my life. So yeah, I'm excited to do some of that. Um, this DLV is all right. It's quite enjoyable. We're playing against a lot of Radiant at the moment. Mm, and I am really strongly considering putting Perillia instead of Fualos. It just seems like it really does seem like Perillia would just be better. Real talk, I'm gonna put Perillia instead of Fua. Like here, I would have had two Perillia draws, right? Now I'm gonna have to send the Fua here, but by the time I'm sending this, I would have already had two draws from Perillia. And obviously that called by. Okay, so I wouldn't have had any draws from Perillia. Fair enough. Let's stay as objective as possible. Um, I'm really thankful I've got a cup of tea to get me through this. Probably going to go through like 10 cups of tea just doing the qualification here. Um, but yeah, I mean, we've qualified pretty much every DC Cup. I may have missed a couple when I was really busy, but most of the time we qualify for WCQ and DC Cups. And then I just never play in stage two because I just have I've got other time commitments and stuff. So we're on Zodiac, Radiant Zodiac. I've never seen these played together. Got Rapier. So are we going to see Trident? We're going to see Tiger Mortar. The usage rate on these cards is very low. Someone in the rat. So we've gone triple rat so far. And then we go Utopic Future, presumably into Utopic Draco Future. That's what I always use this card for. Yeah, there we go, Utopic Draco Future. And that might be the board. Oh, we've got something else happening. Trident, Broad Ball, yeah. I was not playing the game when Zodiac was a deck. So, okay, so this one can search Radiant. So that's the kind of reverse bridge. So there's two-way bridging. That's what we always like to see when we put two engines together is, for those of you who are less experienced in the game, bridging where one engine produces a card which then can search a card from the other engine, and then hopefully vice versa. So something we really like in the Yummy Fiendsmith deck is in Master Duel, you can make any two monsters into Moon of the Close Heaven, which lets you bridge into Fiendsmith. You can do that in any deck. In the Yummy Fiendsmith deck, you have a legal bridge in TCG because of Reaper So Reaper can make one of your light beasts into a light fiend, which is then a bridge into Fiendsmith. But then also you can bridge from Fiendsmith into Yummy because of, well, there are a few bridges, but you could use, for example, I was using Gravity Controller and Lurry. So you do the Fiendsmith combo, you convert one of the fusion monsters, Lacrima or Necroquip Princess, in the extra monster zone into Gravity Controller, and then you have Fabled Lurry on board. So then Lurry's a level 1, Gravity Controller's a link 1, so you can then make Cups Yummy Way, and then the Cups Yummy Way then bridges you into Yummy and searches for your Yummy cards. So that's what's really cool about this deck, something I've never seen before. And actually, you know, they set up a better board than the pure build, right? Because we have Utopic Draco Future, SP, Dryden, and some back row. Could argue that's a better or competitively good board to the pure Radiant board. I'm going to have a hard time playing through this. This might be a loss, to be honest. But we'll do our best. We'll try and play through it. Drawing rows there is not ideal. So they do have the mandate. Okay, so they just don't have the Vararoon, but they do have the mandate, so yeah, we're gonna hold the cold buy, hopefully for a hand trap in hand. I'm gonna go draw standby main. I think honestly, my best bet for getting through this board is probably gonna be Exciton. Can I chain Exciton effect to Exciton effect? Let's see. It's once per chain, I believe. So I'm gonna need to negate and take this. This is just a quick effect pop. Okay, I think that's what I simply have to go for. So we're gonna do that. This can be targeted, correct? It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, but I can target it. Yeah, I absolutely think I have to do that. But unfortunately, if they mandate negate this, I'm in a bit of trouble. Yeah, okay. I didn't draw the linkage to outplay that. Yeah. That's fine. So this is just a monster effect negate. They have a pop. The cold buy, unfortunately, I don't think there's anything good I can hit with this cold buy. Yeah, I think I just lose here. I think I have to cold buy just to high roll on the engage. Is there anything useful to hit? Not one of these, I don't think. Let's just hit the Eldom or the Rat. That doesn't do anything. Let's just hit the Eldom. Yeah, and that's simply to get 3 spells in grave, so that this engage can hopefully draw us into something amazing, because we need to bait this before we go into Exciton to try to clear up the board. But this better be once per turn. This is once per chain. Oh my lord. Oh, the mandate's crazy. And then we go Ray. Okay. There was a very slim opportunity, but yeah, I think we got full comboed here. I'll go effective Rose in hand to summon. SP banish the Ray. I'm gonna go Chain Ray. And then he's gonna go Draco Future negate that, I think. Yep. Then we go summon Rose. Rose can go ahead and get... Yeah, okay. So we can now Rose. And we get popped on Rose. Can that trigger the Ray? It cannot because it must be a Link monster. Alright, we tried. I don't know if there was any better sequencing I could have done there. So now they shuffle back 3, draw 1. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there was a better sequencing I could have done there. I don't think that was winnable. I'd quite like to swap for Perulia. Just for a few games and just see how it performs. I feel it's a nice option. My hands are still peeling from climbing. I've been climbing quite a bit more recently. It's been fantastic, really great to get back into it. I hope to go more. But yeah, my hands are peeling still. So they've taken a few weeks to heal, and yeah, it's taken its time. But I'm just excited to go back again. Should be great. So he's MSTing his own mandate, effective mandate to set itself again. And then effective Megala. Let's not waste any more time. If he doesn't go battle phase here, yeah, let's just go next. No point wasting any more time. That was not winnable for us. Yeah, I would still like to try and play a bit more, but I would like to play Perulia. I think also there's a tendency for people to underestimate Perulia, and sometimes they don't ash it, even when they probably should. But I'd just like to try it. It just draws you cards a little bit quicker than Fua sometimes. In all the matchups, like I'm playing against Radiant. If you're playing against Yummy, I think Perulia is really good. It's good against Cool Tune. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I think it's actually fairly all right against Cool Tune. I think the point is simply that I want to draw the cards faster. By the time Fua is resolving and drawing me cards, the opponent's already kind of popping off. And whilst I don't play a tremendous amount of hand traps, I just prefer to get the draws a bit earlier. Again, here, I have the Rota and the Ray. Rota feels really cuttable. Maybe I could put Ray down to fewer copies, because this hand just feels like it's full of degeneracy, which is a real problem in deck building for me. So I guess I can go engage for... Let's go Ray for 0 here. And I'm going to try and get the Lemnis Gate set up. So I'm going to add engage. I'm going to double engage. I'm going to get Widow Lemnis Gate. and try to pass on that. Bit of a shame that I didn't see more spell cards. I'm still not convinced that I want to play Desires. I'd rather, yeah, go for Morphon and the Virtuous and the Mulcharmy slot. Yeah. There are a lot of other spell cards other than Desires that are really, really good. So I'd rather play more Radiant Typhoon Vision, Morphon and the Virtuous. I think that's probably what I would change in the deck. Just because, yeah, the Fuas are kind of like a little bit awkward. Yeah, I do agree. A hero lives. Hmm. I think I might negate and take the hero that this summons. Yeah, I'm just going to negate and take the Stratos. It seems sensible to just negate and take that. Fantastic starter. Doesn't normal summon, so they almost certainly have another push. But we'll try and deal with that with the Zero and the Lemnis Gate. E-Call, yeah, sure. We'll draw them on res, and that might just help us win. So I finished drinking my tea, but I should hit them with the draw and start drinking some water. Gotta rehydrate. Yeah, drawled on resolution. This water is still water, but every time I open one, it kind of fizzes, just because of how they make it, I guess. How they bottle it. They must bottle it under like inert gas under pressure. They're thinking here. I think because of the draw, they can't get too carried away. Black Panther. I mean, I absolutely love what this person is playing, but yeah, we're gonna just get rid of that. Ash on the Zero effect. Solid. Yeah, so I do have a bounce here with Lemniscate, but I think the Lemniscate bounce is going to determine whether or not I survive if he has another push. So I need to be careful to place this Lemniscate non-target bounce in the right place. But if they have another push, then surely the draw is stopping that. So I know they have Ejector, this guy. They may just scoop it here. So the Dark Panther can... Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. All right. I believe that is fine. That's fine. Sure, you can have back your Stratos. So I know Ejector and they're on 4,000. Okay. Just put my water down and try and play this out. Draw, standby main. Gonna go normal summon Ray. Link into Kagari. Kagari target engage. Story as old as time. Fantastic, okay. Probably get the linkage here. Yeah, okay, fantastic. Engage for linkage and then proceed to try to OTK. We have the Lemnis Gate to put back the 0. And then we just do a big Sky Striker OTK. Fantastic. Let's keep it rolling. More games like that, please. Get this qualification as fast as we can. So we haven't seen branded in a while. This player has a lot of branded stuff. We have an icon, we have a Fawn of Albaz. So maybe we see branded again here, but we have some good cards for branded. We have the Super Poly. We have Ash Blossom for the branded fusion, yeah. What a classic. All right. Draw standby main. We're going to start with upstart. Opponent chains nothing. We draw into our Parulia. No draw on resolution. I'll go engage. I love this card so much that I'm just adding it. It's just the best card. I love it. And I'm gonna go drones. I'm gonna try and make them deal with my drones play. Because they have something. And I kind of want to see what it is. Fua. Yeah, I'm not too keen on that. I'll ash that Fua. I think I may cut the Perulias for some more spells. Like Super Poly, Fawn and the Virtuous, and like a Vision might take the Mulchami slots. I think that would be probably sensible use of the slots. We are going to add back the Engage here, I think. Just unfortunate that... Yeah, just a bit unfortunate. So I'm going to add the Widow. Going to make this into a Shiz and then hold priority in end phase to convert into a 0. So I'm going to set, link into Shizuku. And then go end phase effective Shizuku to add a linkage, send at resolution to make 0. Really crucial here that I've kept my toggle on. At res, we're going to convert that into a 0. And we're going to use the 0 effect to add, but we're going to add for follow-up. So I'm just going to simply add an engage. Yeah. This is where we like to be. So, of course, we want to try to use the Widow first, then the 0, and then Lemnis to put back the 0 so that we can use it again. If we're able to sequence the way we'd like, then we can sometimes reuse the 0, resummon it. End of main. So many people are on evenly now. In battle, I'm going to immediately use the Lemnis and just reset my board. So I'll put back these 2. And I'll put back drones and linkage. Leave an engage in graveyard to add back. Yeah. Resolve. I would like to return my Widow to hand so that my opponent gets no advantage out of this evenly. They might still play it. Okay, fantastic. So they're on evenly. That's crazy. What I might have to do here is preemptively tag out the 0. Oh my good lord. Yeah. I absolutely want to swap the Perilias for power spells. I think I'm gonna convert my gems and hopefully, yeah, we really want to pull that last Fallen and the Virtuous. Okay, I've kind of decided what the deck list is that I want to take to the end of the event. So we might just have to go ahead with that. This is really unfortunate. Yeah, I guess the Mulchamis are just going to clash with us most of the day. Like the times when it clutches us something will be overshadowed by the times when it could have been a spell and could have done well for us. I think the Nibiru is playing the role that the Mulchamis should be playing in the list, the Nibiru and the Droll. I do like having those. Still like having those in the list. Okay, so we're gonna go for the Rinbrum. Sure. Magnamut. Oh my. So if our 0 can survive here, we potentially have an outplay where we can go 0 effect. They chain the Rinbrum. We go Widow to negate and take. We resolve our 0, popping one of their cards. Now we do play Shark Cannon, and this matchup is the reason why we're playing Shark Cannon. Here, yes, if I had already shot this, I mean, shooting it off now and getting the Perulia seems fine too, doesn't it? Yeah, let's convert the Perulia into something useful. He'll get his Rinbrum, but, he's absolutely going to negate that. It's an optional bounce, but then we can use the Perulia and actually convert it into a card. I just feel like we're not losing this turn, but converting this Perulia into something might determine whether we can actually get through the board or not. And high spirits, okay. So what I'll probably need to do. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice play. If they want to use the kit, though, I still resolve the Perulia. Yep. Bounce the mag, like that. Resolves. Doesn't resolve. Pass. So we know mag, Springen's kit, a set card. I was not paying enough attention to what else is in hand. We go main phase 3 here. Mag Springen's kit, an unknown set, and another unknown in hand. I believe it's unknown. We're adding Lubellion. I'm gonna, yeah, affect the set. This looks pretty unbeatable, actually, now. Yeah. Yeah, this looks pretty unbeatable. How do we get through this? We have branded in red, an unknown. Got Quem Rinbrum, cards adding back to hand. We've got a Magnum. Yeah, that's really difficult. Okay, let's try. So we have the shark cannon. Hmm. No, it's whether we want to take the Rinbrom or the Quem. The Quem doesn't have anything good to summon back, only this guy. I don't believe Titaniclad was properly summoned. There's the Fallen of Albars. We are playing Super Polymerization in the deck. I think we probably need to start engage. They may have an Ash in hand. There's an unknown card in hand. Okay. I think we take linkage. Let's take linkage. Let's draw into Super Polymerization and win the game. Okay. I mean, Exciton's very good, but we would like to just end the game, so I'll go Widow to negate and take the Rinbrum. See if they have a response to that. Widow, negate, and take this. Normal summon, Ray. Branded in red. Targeting Albars. So that's probably going to be Guardian Chimera. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm actually fine with that. Go for it. Go ahead. Chaining that and going into something here just doesn't seem sensible. Super Poly would have been fantastic here. I'm absolutely going to change the deck and spend some more gems. Okay, so we go Lubellion, Lubellion Pay. This is going to attempt to make a Mirror Jade. But Quem is going to chain to summon the Albars. Let's chain the Ray here. Maybe I should have already chained it. I will go Kagari. My opponent will go Quem to summon White Albars and Rebellion to presumably make Mirror Jade. I've kept the Rindrum on the field for now, but this is a big threat if it goes to graveyard. Okay. So there's Dragon that Devours the Dogma. And we're gonna go Kagariad back Engage, I suppose. Kagariad back Lemnis is probably decent. But he's gonna shuffle it back before we add anyway. I'd like the Lemnis Gate. No effect. He's gonna go Dragon that Devours, shuffle back your Lemnis Gate. And there's not much I can do about that. Super Polymerization here would really, really help me out. As would a second copy of my Zero. So that misses. Does he have regular Albaz engraved? No. Okay. Mm. I think I can concede this game. I don't think I have a winning line here. Nah, and honestly, I don't even have faith in the Shark Cannon as a card. I'm gonna cut the Mulcharmies and I'm gonna make some changes to the deck, I think. Let's see if we gained any gems and if I can buy 10 more packs. Hopefully I am getting there with the gems. Another 100, please. Please, 70. Oh, we're painfully close. We need 11 gems. How are we doing? Yeah, all right. Yeah, so I'd like to add a super polymerization. I'd like to add a Radiant Typhoon Vision, and I'd like to cut the Mulcharmy Purilias. So we'll go. Let's filter. Yeah. UR crafting points are a bit scarce at the moment. But I think we pulled more Awas, did we not? Oh no, we only have 3. Okay. Ah, we have a glossy one, don't we? So I can dismantle one. Where's my glossy one? Ah, it's sort by... Right, okay. See, this is something I find a little bit frustrating about the card organizer. It shows you the amount you own, but it doesn't filter by... Yeah, so I could just do that, couldn't I? Fallen. Because I'm not bothered about having this card glossy, so I'm going to dismantle this. I just need the crafting points. I do want to keep Tri-Brigade Springen's kit. But unfortunately, yes, perhaps there's a way to change the setting. But I want to see cards that I have 4 or more copies of, irrespective of if they're glossy, if that makes any kind of sense. Because if I have... Okay, so I can generate this guy, but I can't dismantle. Okay. That makes sense. That's going to be the case for pretty much everything, I think. Like here, I want to keep my 3 Nibirus, obviously. I want to keep Grapha. But if there's ever a card where I actually have a glossy version and 3 regulars, I'd love to dismantle the... See here, I can only dismantle 1 Cartesia. That's a bit of a shame. Yeah. Just showing off the collection right now. Yeah, see, so I have quite a lot of the Cool Toon deck. I did get 3Q. But I have enough crafting resource, I suppose, to make 1 more power spell. And soon, hopefully, I will have... Here's our best friends, the DDD card. We have so many of the DDD cards. Yeah, all right. So super polymerization. I think I would like another copy of super polymerization. And instead of the Perulia, I would like to play more spell cards. Potentially. What other spell cards can we play? Am I going to generate a super poly, really? Maybe. I think I probably am, yeah. Because there I could have... That could have really worked out if I had the super poly. Tronus. I mean, Tronus is a bit 5,000 IQ as a card, which I find quite tricky about it. We could just go for some breaker spells, but they're not the best for going first, of course. Droplets. If I had Droplet there, might have been helpful. Could just add some droplets, couldn't we? Yeah, I think for now maybe we add Droplet for budget considerations. And yeah, we will just go with that for now. But I think I will still generate a Super Poly. Or we could play like, yeah, man, we could play Card Destruction. Hmm, hard to say. How can we obtain super polymerization? Transfigured heroes. Okay. Craft super poly. Try to pull this. And we move. Yeah, let's do it. Let's craft it. So expensive. All right. You got us. No more crafting points. Let's just rock and roll. I've crafted 3 now. I need to see it when I play branded, please, game. Okay. I want to see that card. Now that I've got 3 of it, I want to actually draw it when I need it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think Droplet is a decent alternative. We are going second here. All right. It does mean going second. We're entirely reliant on just power spells to get through all of their interruptions because we don't play Paralia Fua anymore. So that was 1 Paralia draw, potentially. 1 Fua draw, potentially. 2 Paralia draw, potentially. So are we going to see full Yummy combo now? Fantastic. You love to see it. Oh, it's extremely warm at the minute. I might have to cool down a bit. Playing through Yummy is going to be a little bit tricky, I think. We can potentially call by the Snatchy if we're so able. As long as we can bait the surprise first. Is this Shamisen? This is Metal March. Okay. So we know surprise in hand. Surprise is getting used on the marsh effect. Add back the surprise. We still know surprise in hand. Mm-hmm. Okay. Go for the lollipole. Into Nightmare Cerberus. And then link that into Nightmare Mermaid. Discard a card and special summon. So we still know surprise in hand. And they summon Orcus Nightmare. Set. Okay, this is an interesting looking. Make these into something. Okay, yeah. Galatea. Can't be destroyed by battle. Banish this. And then this locks you into darks. Sending Harp Horror. And Harp Horror effect. Banish itself. That's gonna special summon. Okay. So this can't be destroyed by battle. Gesu is going to become a tuner. By sending Crescendo, it's probably going to search Crescendo as well. I've never looked at this artwork before. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So Crescendo is now banished. So talent's discarded. Okay. Adding Crown. Set Orchestrated Babel. So this makes everything quick effect. So this is going to be like Enling Gyasu, I think. Long Gyasu. Okay. Can't destroy big card effects, and then it can send a link monster I control to the graveyard. This is getting summoned back. Wow. I would have drawn my entire deck from a Mulcharmy here. Mm-hmm. Making Dingyasu. So this is a quick effect to... No, that's if it's special summon, so it's not a quick effect. Yep. Attach a banished machine to it. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. This is going to tag out into the Snatchy, which I'm going to call by Lullaby of Obedience. What are you declaring, my friend? Ash Blossom and Joy Spring is like the safest thing. Max C. Oh my lord. Because he's locked, so he has to add it to hand. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Yeah, that's actually impressive. This card's busted in Master Duel. If you can lock yourself and then Lullaby take your opponent's Max C, that's crazy. Yeah, and of course, you've just done full combo, so you know they don't have it in hand. Wow, I'm actually really impressed by that. That's really cool. Unlosable. You have Maxi in hand, you have Crescendo, you have this whole board. And Crown. And now you have Maxi in hand. You have my Maxi in hand. Yeah, I don't see how this is losable. Draw phase, first action, Maxi. Yeah. My Maxi. Insane. I can't even cold buy it. Crazy. Go with this. Mm-hmm. We will cold buy the Snatchy. Let's try that. I don't think this is winnable. Crescendo, yeah. So this is gonna negate any extra deck monster effect. We're still in draw phase. Probably should have gone to main phase so that I can trigger my talent. He's gonna go Cookie Pop. Yeah. Should have done all of that in main phase. I just made my own talents worse. Um, I'll activate engage. Yeah, okay. There's a possibility I can play through this. The point is simply I have to negate this. Can this? Oh man, he has so much stuff. Negate this. Yep. Chain fallen to send this to pop the snatchy. Oh, it can just protect anything? A card. Crazy. But then he has this and this. Yeah. I still don't think it's winnable, but I'll just play it a little bit more. Ray effect. Tag. Let me see my extra deck. Come on, game. This is still, I believe, no one's surprise. No effect of 0. Capacity to draw. We could do something here. Yeah. I mean, this has a material, so this can protect again. Mm-hmm. Can make Herald in my turn with that. Yeah. I will go talents to draw 2 cards. Herald negate. So if I go battle phase, attack over the snatchy, effect, pop this. Yeah, that's what I have to play. And I might just be able to push through this. We will see. Battle phase. I will attack the snatchy. Mm-hmm. That is non-targeting. Wow. Okay. Summon, summon. Effect to pop. This can protect a card, so it doesn't matter what I choose. I guess I choose this guy, but then he just uses Ding to protect it. Yeah, that was okay. No, sure, you get a draw, but he's still gonna take my monster, right? Yep. And then Chaos Nephthys. If it wasn't enough, special summon it, and then target card opponent controls and banish 2 cards. Yeah, all right, I got you, I got you. So end phase we don't even get Albion if he banishes that. That, and then target my Albion, and then I'll go next game. Yeah, good. Well done. Yeah, okay, fine. Fine, fine, fine. Yeah, okay. Very well. I'll put the Fua back. I learned my lesson. Let's see. Uh, I am not the biggest fan of Shark Cannon, to be perfectly honest. I hear people say that it comes up, but I'm not super convinced that it's necessary. Would I rather have Shark Cannon than Droplet? No, honestly, I wouldn't. I'm gonna try that. We probably need the second zero as well. Probably over Exciton. I just do not see how Exciton ever comes up against a good player. You saw in all of the games we played so far that Exciton would help, but getting to it against a good player is just incredibly difficult. If you're able to stick to 2 level 4s to the board against a good player, that's just, uh, it's a full par from them because you go Ray, and you mean to tell me they don't have anything for the Ray, then you tag that onto the zero, they don't have anything from the zero. Zero's tag out can then be stopped by Ash or Bell, and then with those 2 monsters, if they have a pop, a bounce, a banish, anything for those 2, or just a negate for the Exciton, there's so much you have to get through to get to the Exciton that I just don't believe it actually does what it's promised to do. So, not a massive believer in the Evil Swarm Exciton Knight. It's cool, but I just don't think it really does what it promises. Now, this can be ashed, I believe. So I feel like I'm going to ash. Do you know what? I think I'm going to hold it. um, and just see where we get to. With the double Nibiru in hand, I've never nibbed Mekanko before, and I imagine they're just going to pass on this. But if they do go for a crazy combo, summon 5 times, then we can drop the nib on them. And even if they don't, the Super Poly's all right. I just want to see what happens. I'm also happy because we have the man. Everything in this deck can be ashed. I would quite like to ash that though. I'd quite like to ash that. Let's see. I don't like the look of them getting more. But this could simply be a pass now. But we have a fire. So normally the Ash into Super Poly into... Okay, yeah, we have a summon. Give me another summon. Please. Yeah, what is this? Uzuhime, the Manifested Mikanko. That adds an equip spell. Okay. One more summon. So I'm just hopeful now that my opponent summons one more time, goes end of main phase, and then I'm able to drop this Nibiru. I've never nibbed its special summoning again. Wonderful. I'm going to wait for end of main phase to drop this Nibiru, I think. I do not believe they're going to be able to negate this Nib. But Mikanko wasn't on my list as a deck that could be Nibiru'd, typically. So we're just going to let them commit and drop this at end of main. And I think that might do a lot for us. And then if we can just vision into playable. So now we have the Ash. I'm going to wait for end of main. Target the spell card returned hand. I don't like the look of that, so I'm going to drop the Nibiru there. This might work. Yeah. Love it. There he is. We love Nibiru. Drop the rock. We love dropping the rock. Geki on the nib. All right, okay, fine. I'm really happy now to just vision draw 2 into playable, pitch the Super Poly, and I really just hope I hit a starter. That would be really nice here. Let's go. All right. Yeah, so we absolutely want to go vision. I should have held priority in draw phase because of draw, but let's just draw 2 discard. Let's just do it. Is that a negate? No. And then if they use a monster effect, we can thrust into playable. So let's see. So there's, I think this is Hare. No, it isn't. This is Huli. Huli. Okay. Excellent. I'll discard the Super Poly. So this, they take no battle damage. Excellent. So now we can thrust into engage for, I think, the Kaiju. I mean, we could also talents take. I'm going to thrust into engage for the Kaiju. This can't be destroyed by card effects. They take no damage. Can't target it. Let's get rid of that with a Kaiju. They're going to be so sad that I play this card. All right. So we're going to normal summon Ray. Gonna activate Hamp to summon it here in attack. Love that. I'm gonna activate it. I'm gonna summon 0. Zero's going to get me another engage, and then I guess we just play now that we've broken the board. Yeah, I'm going to get another engage. Engage again. We could go Widow, we could go Linkage, we could attack over effect. Attack over again. I wouldn't mind getting my Kaiju back. Oh, I can return it. Sky Striker Ace. So this is Surgical Striker, so it's not a Sky Striker. Always treated as a Sky Striker card. Can this return Sky Striker cards? Spells. I don't think it can. That's a bit of a shame. But I can bounce it to extra. I'm going to add Lemnis. I love the card, so it's a non-targeting bounce. I might need it. And there's the Widow. Never punished. Okay. So we're just going to go battle. I don't think I need to end the game here. I just kill the Nib token, leave you with Hamp, and set up my Widow and my Lemnis, and pass. All right. So Arabesque. Targeting 0. Chain 0. Chain Maxi, I think. It's probably the play. Just send it. So I'm gonna summon Ray, summon Rose, res pop the Rose. Arabesque misses. New chain. Okay. Wasn't quick enough turning my toggle on there. Opponent has priority to activate a quick effect here, don't they? Before the end of main. Sure, when they get into battle phase, I would simply... Yeah, battle phase. Before you declare an attack, I will go Ray into Kagari. And I'd like my Hamp back. So we'll go Kag. Kag add back and engage. And you know what? I haven't used the Ray effect, so I'm just going to let him attack over the Kagari. I don't really need to burn these. Just let him attack over the Kagari, add back the Ray. Yeah, summon back the Ray. It's fine. Although, then I will not be able to Widow. So I will just forego using the Ray. Yeah, I'll just pass using the Ray. Let them go main 2, let them summon, Widow, negate, and take. Okay, they go end phase. Fine. Draw phase, draw for turn. We get the Ray anyway. Draw standby main. Go engage. Try to get a linkage here. Try to go for game. Take linkage. Activate draw. Now I'm gonna go... I have 3 engage engrave now, correct? Yeah, I have 2. I need another spell engrave. So I'll go activate linkage, sending my Widow to grave to summon a Kagari. Then I'll go Kagari, add back engage. Resolve. Then I'd like to go Lemnis Gate. Put back my 0, my Kagari, and Array. Why not? I actually don't need to do all of that. Put back all of these. Why not? Yep. At res, I will return a hamp. So I'll get my hamp back. I will engage again, get another Lemnis, linkage, sorry. Draw a card. And I have not used the effect of 0, so I should be able to go for game with that. So I'll go battle phase, attack. Activate linkage. Send Kagari. Make a 0. No effect here. Attack with that. Effect. Tag out into Ray and Rose. Opponent could stop me there, but they don't. That's good. Ray and Rose. And attack again twice. No. No. Attack again. And attack again with Ray for game. Tricky. Tough one, that. Yeah. A little bit of a game of chess there with Makanko, but we got there. Hamp putting in work. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Really nice. Let's queue again. Let's keep it rolling. If I can just get qualified really quick, and that would be ideal. Yeah, let's keep it rolling. All right, let's choose first. This is their rank up game. Sorry, man. Sorry to do it to you. Hopefully I win this one. All right. I'm really enjoying Vision because of things like this. So now I can pitch the drones, which is kind of clashing with the Ray that I've already opened, and hopefully convert it into something better, something like an engage. There we go. Exactly. So we'll do that. So here also I can go engage chain linkage, which I quite like. I think that's exactly the play I'm going to make here. Engage. Regina. Okay. Perhaps should have sent the Fua loss, but we're all good. We're still going to high roll a lot out of this. I think Elf Note is a fantastic deck. So it's always a good challenge to play against something like Elf Note. So now we engage. I'm going to add the Widow. And at res, I'm going to draw a card because I now have 3 spells engraved. We draw into the engage. Fantastic. I'm going to go new chain, 0 effect to search, and then I assume they're going to go Regina. I'm going to chain Widow to negate and take, and we might just run away with this game. That is a really, really good hand. I'm absolutely ecstatic with how that's gone. Yeah, so this is really bad for them. They committed 2 cards and they've got nothing really to show for it. So the 0 is going to get me another engage. I do need to get rid of this somehow. Slight misplay from me there, actually. But I can just pop it with 0 in his turn, so that's fine. Yeah, I'm all right with this, honestly. We'll just pass. We'll give back the Regina. And then, does this do anything? Only if it's sent to the graveyard for synchro material. So we're going to wait. We're going to hold off. And then we are going to pop the Tinea. Yeah, fantastic. So I'll go, yeah. And then I'm going to chain the Fua. And I'm hoping that I can force them here to play into the Nibiru, as we discussed, because most decks are conscious of their summoning, but when they're playing into Interruption, quite often they mess that up. I really want to get rid of the Tinea. I do not want them to have playable here. And of course, they have the Power Patron. So I'm going to go Ray Effect here. And they have Power Patron. So this is material to make a Baron de Fleur. But we could go Kagariad back linkage. We already have 2 engages in hand. The striker could negate a Baron de Fleur. Yeah, let's put down a Matsu. Again, this is just really forcing them to try and play into the Nibiru. If we don't have the Nibiru in the deck, then this is never really a threat. But we are drawing off the Fua here, and the Nibiru's becoming more of a threat. I really do like having Nibiru in this deck. Even just as a 2 of. Really like that. Power Patron adding Lucina. Fallen and the Virtuous, presumably on Amatsu. Yeah. Amatsu gets popped. We can go Effect of Ray to summon. I may as well in this case. Might prompt the Baron negate. Okay. The Baron negate can only be used once while the Baron's face up on the field, so yeah. It's going to be tricky for them to get an OTK here, I think, through Ray and Rose. It felt good until I bricked myself there. Gonna let that resolve before dropping the Nibiru just to get more clout out of it. They're absolutely going to negate with the Baron. I think it holds just a smidge longer. Okay. Strelitzia. Yeah, unfortunately, the only thing I've got that can force the Baron is the Nibiru here. Yeah, okay. I perhaps was a little bit too harsh on the Fua, but I do think that having the Nib in addition is just quite a good, useful deterrent for my opponents. Unfortunately, can't squeeze like Effect Veiler into the list. Haven't been able to so far, anyway. Honestly, Cold by the Grave feels like only so-so in a lot of matchups. and crossout designator. I'm not really losing to Droll and Lockbird. It was clutch that one time. These two could potentially be something else. For now, they'll stay, but just worth actively thinking about decklist choices as we play, I always think. I might have to put the light on. It's getting kind of dark. So we've got a Herald. We're just setting up a big negation board here. Doesn't look like we're pushing for game. Ah, last card in hand, Fallen of the White Dragon. So it's Elf Note branded, but we only saw the Fallen and the Virtuous. We're sending Ecclesia. Now do we lose? Hard to say. We've drawn a lot off this Fualos. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I absolutely have to drop the nib at end of main. I don't think there's any way I can save it for main 2. They will negate with the Baron. Then I have to play through this Rhapsodia, which is a negate. Golden Sword Soul? Fallen of Albaz. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. No discard though. I'm gonna wait for end of main phase. Okay, there's the pop. But that is not 8,000 damage so far. Well, I'll activate the Nibiru here then. Maybe they'll misclick. Yeah, Baron negate and destroy the Nib. And banished because of Herald. Because Herald's live, I cannot use Fallen on the Virtuous. Because Oh, no, I can use Fallen in the Virtuous while Herald's live. Okay, fantastic. Super Polymerization would go crazy here. Super Polymerization here wins me the game. I play 3, but as you can see, I've got 23 cards left in my deck and I haven't drawn it. I do have 3 spells engraved for engage, so my game plan here is to draw Super Polymerization. Let's go. Okay. So we're still gonna send all of the engages. So this is gonna tag out. What did they add back to hand? I'm sorry, Ecclesia. Okay. So this feels moderately winnable. They have incredible Ecclesia. And we could Cold Buy. We could Widow negate and take. Let's Cold Buy that, the target. Cold Buy that. Ah, fantastic. I would have enjoyed the satisfaction there of hopefully engaging into the super polymerization and then winning from there. I mean, on the climb so far, we've not yet had the joy of using super polymerization to make the dragon that devours the dogma against branded, but yeah, I would really like to make that play. So this is our rank up game. Thank you so much for all the support, guys, for this climb. It's been great. So we're going first for our rank up, and let's see if we can get to DLV18 and get this WCQ qualification out of the way in record time. So, all right, we're gonna go draw standby main. I would like to go. I would like to go engage here. Yeah, I'm gonna go engage for Widow here. I think perhaps I could use some coaching to actually learn how to play this better. Gonna go drones. Honestly, drones in pure striker feels so weird because I'd much rather play linkage for the most part. So yeah, here I'm gonna go CAG. I'm gonna add back the engage. Now, nice here is that we can use FOV to dodge if we need to. If our opponent has target negation, but they don't. What's she gonna do? Let's go engage again. Let's get the Lemnis Gate. We're gonna just set a big back row of interruption. Here I think the highest value thing to do is I'm gonna go Shizuku. Here we go, there she is. And then I'm gonna set for pass. And in end phase, I'm gonna toggle on, get the linkage into 0. And we'll go from there. Hold priority in end phase to activate linkage. Linkage for 0. 0 is gonna add us probably another engage for follow-up, honestly. Yeah, 0 effect. Let's try adding this engage. Feels like we've been playing for a while now. The fatigue's starting to hit me, honestly. So something that's a real challenge with events as well. For me, like getting through a national championship, even just a full day of like day one is it's so exhausting. Like by the end of the day, it's so tiring because you're basically just playing chess all day, right? So I think I'm gonna just res pop the token. I'm gonna Widow negate and take the long one. And when they commit more resource, I'm gonna pop the token. Probably with 4. Dogmatic Ecclesia. Sure. It's gonna search Fallen and the Virtuous, right? Add a Dogmatic card. Can't special summon from the extra deck. No effect? Oh my goodness. They must have drawn their search target. Does this mean that this hand is like 3 Fallen and the Virtuous? That's crazy if so. Or perhaps they just don't want to lock themselves out of extra, because this is a tuner. Okay, yeah. Perhaps should have read that is a tuner and they will just not use the effect. Yeah, okay. That's fine. If it's just a Chi Shao, that should be winnable. Because Chi Shao can negate what's on the field, so I could just 0 pop it. They're not going to get draw. I think this is winning. Yep. Presumably this is Chi Shao. This is Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon. Okay. That's fine. Let's let that run. If it activates, I'm popping it. Crucially, this card has to be face up at resolution. So it's during the main phase, it activates like it does right now. And so if we then chain 0, to tag out, double summon, and pop it, then they do not get to resolve the effect. It must be face up at resolution. So 0 now summons us our Ray and Rose. I'm going to summon those. And at res, we're going to just pop it. So now it cannot resolve because it's and if you do. So that's pretty good. Gonna go kit. I presume that's gonna go for like branded fusion. But it has to put back. They opened some kind of lackluster starters, I would say. Branded in high spirits. I don't have the ash for that. So they're gonna get white albaz. Pardon me. Yeah, I think because I have engage, I think I'm just immediately going to make Ray into a Matsu here. I'd like to go for the maximum amount of disruption I possibly can here. I'm feeling okay, but again, I did not get my super poly, even though we have 3 in the deck, and we're drawing as much as we can. It would have been lovely to just now deal with this with a super polymerization play, but alas. Saruya sending Mirror Jade because they are both worms to add a Fallen of Albaz or a monster that mentions it from deck to hand. So obviously that's OG Fallen of Albaz. Yeah, the super poly would have gone crazy here. So the normal summon, and then they don't have a discard. Maybe Ecclesia. Okay, put back Mirror Jade. I thought I had to put back a dragon. No, just a level 8 fusion. Okay. To non-target spin. Probably a Matsu. Oh, discard. Okay, I will chain. Sending my Albion. Pop your kit. Resolve. That goes to the grave because you can't spin a resolving card. End of main. Battle. Hello? End of battle. Main 2. Okay, end phase. So we'll just give back. I'm going to resolve Albion. I will set the second copies of the Fallen and the Virtuous to the field. And then I will resolve Widow. My opponent concedes. Fantastic. Okay, I mean, I'm really, really pleased with the performance of the deck at the moment. It's going a little bit better. I'm enjoying having the Nibiru just as a deterrent, and we're DLV18. So we get some more gems. I'm going to take a little break there. When I get back, we're going to open another 10 packs. We're going to try and get that third Fallen and the Virtuous, which I think is going to really help our deck, make our deck even better to climb up to DLV20. I don't think it's always needed at 3. I think it's needed at 2, but 3 is not 100% necessary. But I do think having access to that in more games is going to make this deck even better. Being able to dodge targeted negation as well, I think is going to make the deck a lot better. So for now, we're going to take a little break. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We're going to get back to the climb. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Keep supporting me to put out more content. And let's get that DLV max. Thank you.